Hello and welcome to The Great Beyond, an Is This Good companion pod where we follow up on last week's episode, answer listener questions, and catch up with each other. The person I'm catching up with is, of course, Jason Doyle.
Hello.
Hi, JD. Great to see you. Great to see you wearing a faux Expos shirt.
I was just looking at myself in the monitor and realized I'm still wearing my No Bunts outfit, so I've got my fake fan Atlanta Braves hat and my No Bunts merch here with the Expos, yeah.
So what do you mean you change based on No Bunts, if people don't know, is a podcast that you do with Tass. Tass hosts it. It's a baseball show. So you're saying you dress up specifically for the show you're working on? So then you'll, if you have that, you'll take that baseball gear off, put on some basketball merch when you're doing No Dunks?
I mean, occasionally. It's more like I'm standing in front of my shirts and I go, okay, what am I doing today? No Bunts. I got a No Bunts shirt. It's clean. I'll put it on. And then I will put on a baseball team hat for the baseball show. I don't know.
How far the modern man has fallen. Our parents and our grandparents would shudder to think that we're opening up our closets and instead of shuffling through various Oxford shirts and pinstripes, we're just looking at... Do you hang your t-shirts, by the way?
No, I do not.
Okay. I always find it's it doesn't bother me, but I don't understand how people have the meticulousness to hang their t-shirts. It just doesn't... And then they get that weird thing in the shoulders.
Yeah,
you know
exactly.
I mean?
That's exactly
where the hanger goes?
Yeah. If I was a smaller man, I would... I might, just because of closet space or whatever, but because I wear, extra large T-shirts, the hanger only comes out to mid-shoulder, so I have these little pointy horns.
You gotta get extra large hangers.
Yeah. Who's got the time, Matt? Who's got the time?
Are you no, it's not dry cleaning. Are you drying your T-shirts or are you hang drying them?
It depends on the T-shirt. If I like the design, I'll hang them. But if I don't care,
you treat your $25 T-shirt the same way a woman treats her intimates, her $100 lingerie set.
Yes, exactly right.
All right, disgusting. We're going to talk about men in this show, but you've already disgusted me as a man, I have to say.
I'm so sorry.
But you might have a chance to earn it back. Did anything good or not good happen to you this week?
I mean, it's been a pretty good week. I had a house guest. We had our old friend Lee Ellis back in the studio. That was nice. Mm-hmm. Lee Ellis was not the house guest. I had a house guest, Dave from Canada. He was staying with me for a week, so that was nice.
Lee Ellis wants our house guests. He wants to travel with us. He wants to stay in the same hotel room.
Oh,
that's kind of like
totally
having a house guest.
I mean, he never explicitly said that, but he absolutely envisions us all staying in the same room, right? That's the vibe I got.
Well, hopefully those sponsors have, either room in the budget for a very large villa where we could each have our own room. Or at least a suite with a pull-out couch or something like that.
Yeah.
Exactly. I also realized we could say whatever we want about Lee because, as we discovered, he will never listen to this podcast or any podcast. So, hey, any podcasters out there, you could talk shit about Lee Ellis. He'll never know.
He'll
and don't tell him. Okay, don't do an reply and say, Lee, fast forward to 352 of the Great Beyond podcast. They were really talking shit about you.
Yeah, no, he'll never hear it. He'll never hear it.
All right, sorry I interrupted you. So you're having neither a good week nor a bad week. You're in the middle.
It's been a pretty productive week, and that's in thanks to our girl Rachel. I've been training her, teaching her how to do the shorts for this show, and I right before coming to air, I was like, God damn it, just text Matt yourself, Rachel. Just text him because she's like all morning because Sexy Pete you just released right before it was
a great short. So Rachel edited that.
She cut it. I mean, I was there to finesse and make some cuts and make some suggestions along the way. But generally speaking, that was her baby.
Yeah, finesse of course is your euphemism for yell at her.
We haven't gotten to yelling yet, but this whole communication between me, because she does it on my laptop, and then when she exports it, I just say, just text it to Matt, because I have my iMessage there, and she just, from your perspective, it's coming from me, right? But it's And it is.
Right. Oh, I
but
see.
But I'm just like, just send it to Matt. And it's fine. But last night we finished it. We locked it. Everybody was happy with it. We put it up. We uploaded it and sent it to you. And then as soon as the minute we send it to you and it's in final form, she's like, why hasn't he posted it yet? Why isn't he? And I'm like, well, he said he's going to post it tomorrow morning. And then this morning, 7 a.m. What? It's not up yet.
4 a.m. here, Rachel.
That's what I'm saying. It's you got to remember, it's 3 hours behind for him. And then, it got to be noon here. And she's like, where is this short? Where is it? And I'm like, oh, he posted it. This is literally 5 minutes ago before we jumped on. He posted it. I yelled downstairs because I'm pissing, looking at my phone, going, oh, he posted it. And then I come downstairs. She's like, well, it's not on YouTube. I'm like, just text him. Text Matt. You have his number.
Oh, God.
And she's like, I can't bother Matt.
The genius is at work. First of all, I did release it, Rachel. I have to apologize. I released it later. A lot of the time you'll send me stuff on the East Coast.
Yeah.
Like in the late afternoon.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, well, I don't want to be posting this at like 7 at night.
Yeah.
6
fair.
at night. And then we also had the Lee Ellis short. I don't know if Rachel edited that, but we had that up. So I usually like to give those 24 hours so that on stories they disappear before I put the new one up.
Right.
Is that advisable? I don't know. I'm old and you're even older. We're not equipped to answer these questions.
Yeah.
But I did want to do it first thing in the morning, but I did forget. I remembered just before we started the show. So I do apologize. I know it's on YouTube, listed as private. I got to go in there. I got to go do the write-up. I got to do my little hashtags. Yeah. Hashtag shorts. Hashtags for you. Does this fucking do anything? I don't think so, but I have to do it anyways because they've told me to.
Right, exactly. I mean, it's hilarious that we have sort of the timing in mind, like it's an old school TV guide grid, Like we don't want people to get confused when they go and look at 7 a.m. It's supposed to be Lee Ellis, but here's Skeets talking about his friend Sexy Pete. I don't think it works that way, but yes.
I think it does work somewhat that way because I think you want to hit the biggest boost is when people first see it, and I think you want to do that when people are in active sharing mode.
Yeah.
I think.
I guess.
But I don't know.
I don't know. But then things can
like fucking Gary V.
They'll build up momentum as well, right? So sometimes things will sit there for a couple of days and then it gets popular. But anyways, in answer to your question, Rachel did cut the Lee one as well, very begrudgingly, because she was like, I'm going to apologize to Skeets because I did this out of order. I don't know why. Why am I moving Lee to the front of the pack when Skeets has like 3 or 4 hilarious? I'm like, I don't know. We just released the episode. Maybe we want to capitalize that. And she's like, I don't think it matters. And I'm like, you're probably
now
right.
Rachel's got fucking opinions on social media.
Yep. Yeah.
Show me your credentials, Rachel, okay? Last I saw of Rachel on social media, she was like texting out like, don't accept a friend request from this person. They stole my Instagram account. Yeah. Okay, so she's clicking on a link of like 30% off sunglasses. Okay, Rachel, if you click on the 30% off sunglasses link, you cannot be yelling at me about social media. And of course, she's like, winds it up, because then the next thing she wants to yell is, do people love it? Do people love it? Yeah. Guess what, Rachel? We just post things. We don't know, okay? Sometimes you get some engagement. Sometimes people laugh silently, and you'll never know. But I do think that I'm not going to be able to be as blunt with Rachel when you send me an early cut of these things.
Right.
I'm not going to be able to be as blunt.
No, you have to be. You have to be.
I know, but she's your wife, so you have a relationship. Like, joking about how you being stern with her. I remember, I think I've told the story before, when we first started working together post-college, this was like 2009, we would do the show in the morning, we would do the Basketball Jones show in the morning in Skeets' apartment, then you guys would all go off to work, and because Skeets was blogging, I'd go down to his apartment, right. He'd start blogging, and I would upload the episode. And one day I thought, oh, you know what? There were a lot of bloopers today. I'm going to cut a little blooper thing we can upload. And I went through and I cut it, and I got it together, and I exported it, and I put it up, and I was like, and you didn't say, the next day you didn't say anything about it. And I was like, well, that's a little weird. So I was like, JD, how about that, those bloopers I put? People, yeah, it was funny, huh? And you were like, yeah. I was like, what? No good? And you're like, well, Matt, if you're going to do a transition, pick one and stick to it, okay? You got somewhere just a straight cut. You got to dissolve here. You're dipping to white. And then between here, you're dipping to black. And I'm like, I don't know what words you're saying. But like I had done a dip to white where it's just that little flash of white light. But then I didn't realize that you have to readjust the thing. So sometimes it dips to black instead of dipping to white. I had them all in there. Yeah. And then you said, you got to let the music resolve. I said, okay, resolve the music. What does that mean? And I was like, okay, that makes sense. You gotta let it come to a natural conclusion. And then I did it, and then you were like, you didn't let it decay. You gotta let the end decay. Okay, Jesus Christ, Dad. But it made me, a better editor.
Yeah, but
a skill that I don't really use, but able to speak that language. But anyways, I'm not going to be yelling at your wife to let the music decay.
No, you have to. You have to.
Okay, Rachel.
She wants to be in this game. She's got.
Does she want to be in the game? What are you talking about?
She wants to.
She wants to be an editor now.
Do it. She just wants to contribute to the project, to the family business. This is the family business.
So now what? I gotta get Jill to do something for the show.
Well,
Jill's main job for the show is doing stuff that I can make a note of.
Yeah, just keep
then bring up publicly.
Right. That's just keep walking around, take a hike in some socks, and then put the socks back in the drawer. That kind of thing,
Okay. Well, I'm sure she'll be happy with her job. But thank you, Rachel, for all the work you do for the show that I did not know you were doing for the show. We do appreciate it.
We do.
I had a not good experience this week, and I think like since COVID happened, we've been exposed to anti-vaxxers. Like they've come out of the woodwork, right? Like maybe your neighbors, the mother of your son's friends or something, might have been an anti-vaxxer pre-2020, but you just didn't know about it because we weren't talking about it very much. But I think I had the most ironic anti-vaxxing situation that I've had in the 4 years of COVID.
Right.
So as we know, I've been getting these immunotherapy shots, and I've been getting them from the same nurse. There's an older Armenian lady. She's amazing. I love her. Like, there's other people that do it on other days, but I only go in on the days she does it because we've built quite a rapport over the last couple of years.
Great.
Honestly, she'd be a great guest on this show.
Well, I said bring her on.
So shout out to Karina over there in Glendale. Anyway, so she's giving me the vaccine, and I was telling her how I had for the first time a reaction. So in other words, like my arm where I got it blew up got all red, got bumpy.
Yeah.
And she was like, yeah, that's so weird. You've been getting... I'm going to spare you the accent, by the way.
Okay, thank you.
She's like, it's weird. You've been getting these for so long. Suddenly you're having a reaction. I don't know what it could be. And I said, I don't know if there's anything medically to this, but now it's the first time when I'm living with animals. So maybe I'm getting like the stimulus that I'm allergic to from the animals, and I'm also getting the stimulus from the immunotherapy. Yeah. Do you think that could have something to do with it? She's like... Maybe. I'm not really sure about that, but have you gotten a COVID booster lately? And I said, no. Why? Is there one? And she's like, I just have a client that got the COVID booster, and then I gave her the shot, and she also had a reaction. I was like, oh, that's weird because I got both COVID vaccines, and then I got 2 boosters, all while doing immunotherapy. I never had a reaction. Mm-hmm. And she was like, you got the booster? And I was like... Yeah, like it's been a while, but I got the booster. She's like, so that means you got the vaccine? And I was like, yes. I was like, did you not get the vaccine? She's like, well, of course I did. I was like, oh, okay, good. She's like, yeah, but only because I had to work in a doctor's office. So I was like, oh my God. She's like, if I didn't work here, I wouldn't have gotten it. I was like, why wouldn't you get the vaccine? She's like, do you know how good my immune system is? You think I want to be polluting it with a bunch of chemicals? And I was like, so I look over, there's a fucking needle in my arm as she's saying this to me. I said, is it a little ironic that you're saying that to me while you have literal like immunotherapy in my arm? She's like, this is completely different. I'm like, how is it different? Yeah. She's like, this is immunotherapy. That is a vaccine. And I was like, but isn't immunotherapy a little bit of cat and dog hair so that when I get the big cat and dog hair, I don't get as allergic? Whereas a vaccine is like a little bit of the thing so that my body recognizes it and it doesn't blow up if it gets the big COVID.
Yeah.
The big COVID, as people call it.
Yeah.
Oh, man, I got the big COVID. I can't go out tonight. I got the big COVID. The little COVID is the one they give you in the vaccine in the arm. But the big COVID, that's the one you don't want. So she said it's completely different. Anyways, I don't know. I'm not a doctor. I don't know if it's completely different. But she said, there's snake venom in the vaccine. I said,
God, here we go.
I don't know. I could look that up, but I'm pretty sure there's not snake venom. And better snake venom than snake poison.
Yeah.
Oh, no. Oh, yeah. Did she say snake antidote to a snake? Maybe she did say snake venom. But anyways, you don't need to look it up because, like, in all vaccines, people will be like, there's like, I don't know, like mercury or some shit in a vaccine. Yeah. And I'm like, but there's mercury in the tuna you're eating.
Right.
And there's like a minuscule amount of whatever mercury or whatever it is to conduct it or whatever, to hold it together, whatever it is. Smarter people than me have figured this out. There's more mercury in your tuna, and you're eating tuna every day or every week. You're getting this vaccine once. Like,
right.
Anyways, it was just so fucking perfect that she anti-vaxxed me while she had a needle injecting me in my arm.
People are weird, man. People are weird.
People are weird. I saw a crazy woman at the pharmacy this week when I went to pick up my prescription who was saying that she was angry that she had to pay for medicine thanks to the commander and thief. And then as she said that, another man ran up to the, when you like talk to the pharmacist about even like an over-the-counter medication, they're behind glass there. Yeah. And he just runs up going, What do you got for sunburns? I gotta get the sting out. Like, relax.
Wow.
It is so funny when you go to the pharmacy. How everyone's just like, they'll be like, picking up for this medication and like your date of birth, but everyone in line can hear you.
Oh, it's totally. Yeah.
I love it because I try to guess the age of the person in front of me.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
And then you get your answer.
I'm seeing some people that are like 1993. I'm like, dude, you look like shit. 12 years younger than you?
Yeah.
Get it together, man. All right, JD, now might be the time for you to redeem yourself because I saw an article in the New York Times.
Okay.
This was the headline.
What? Redeem myself from what?
From your earlier man stuff.
Oh. Being a man?
Wearing T-shirts, hanging your T-shirts.
Oh, right. Okay.
Like a child.
Okay, cool.
All right, so this is what the headline says. Do cocktail glasses have a gender? For some men, clearly. And then the subheading is, stereotypes may be fading, but bartenders say many male customers are still uneasy with fancy glassware and bars are trying to help. Okay? So I'm going to read you the first few paragraphs and, stop me at any point.
Okay.
At a recent work party in New York City, Brady Dunayer, a gross name. That's not familiar. Just a 28-year-old real estate banking analyst. I mean, that's what a 28-year-old real estate banking analyst is going to be named Brady.
Yeah. I hate him already.
You hate him already. Yeah. Well, you're going to hate him even more. So Brady bolted to the bar to order a drink. He was startled by what he received. His whiskey-based cocktail was served in a stemmed glass and garnished with a flower. The presentation, he thought, was, quote, a little out of the blue for a whiskey drink. So for his next round, he ordered the same cocktail but told the bartender, hold the flower, give me a rocks glass.
Okay,
I think you could see where this is going. That same night, Daniel K., a 26-year-old working in finance, wasn't thrilled with the fruity cocktail he ordered at Commerce Inn while out with his buddies. He said the highball glass, complete with a striped straw, made him feel a little feminine. I didn't love it, he said, adding, it was a masculine venue and a lot of whiskey was being served.
Okay. But he ordered the fruity cocktail.
Yeah, I mean, Daniel, that is Daniel's. How do you feel about straws in general in a cocktail?
I mean, I never use them, but I do like something to stir it up myself. Do you know what I'm saying?
So if you ordered like a whiskey highball, you would take out the straw?
I would prefer like just they give me a stir stick and then and that's what I usually end up doing is if there's a little straw.
But aren't they stirring it first?
I mean, sometimes, but not really. Like if I order like a rum and coke, for example, I'm never using the straw. I will take the lime, squeeze it, and then use the straw to stir it, and then I put the straw aside and I sip from the glass.
I put the straw aside, save that for later for the cocaine.
That's right.
You don't want to snort out of money.
I also have a tendency to chew on the straw as well sometimes, but I'll never use it to suck the drink into my mouth.
Okay, interesting.
Because that's gay. Sorry, carry on.
All right. There are many reasons a bartender will serve a cocktail in a particular kind of glass, dilution and aeration among them. The 30-something finance bro doesn't care about that, says Kyle Cool, the head bartender at Rocco's Sports and Recreation in NoHo.
Kyle Cool.
It's Kuhl, but still, it's pretty good. Kyle Cool, the head bartender at Rocco's Sports and Recreation.
Okay.
They're aerating and they're worried about aeration and dilution over there at Rocco's Sports and Recreation in NoHo. Oh, NoHo. So wait, I thought this was in New York. Is it North Hollywood? Or is there a NoHo in New York too? North of Houston,
North of Houston, I guess.
Houston, JD.
Sorry, whatever.
Come on. All right. Mr. Cool has noticed more glassware imagery. This is where we're getting to the crux of it. Okay. He's noticed more glassware imagery popping up on menus since the pandemic. More and more cocktail bars are leaning into a little bit to mitigate the surprise for the customer. In his 2019 book, Alchemy, The Surprising Power of Ideas That Don't Make Sense, the advertising executive Rory Sutherland wrote, "A few years ago, we discovered men were reluctant to order a cocktail in a bar, in part because they had no foreknowledge of the glass in which it would be served. The fix, Mr. Sutherland found, was to put illustrations or pictures of the drinks on the menu."
Okay.
So, a few things. Men, you gotta relax.
Seriously.
You gotta calm down. You gotta take a breath. It's not the glass. Now, I will say, I hesitate to say defense, but like, I don't want a garnish on a cocktail that I cannot eat.
Okay.
Or, you know what I mean? I don't really want some. I mean, I know sometimes that they're edible flowers, but like, if it's just a big chunk of flour in a glass, I don't need it. I mean, I'm not gonna ask them to extract the flour, but
right.
I don't need it.
Why not? And, but you. What about food? Like a plate of food.
I don't want garnish that you can't eat on the plate.
Okay, well, I mean that's fair. I assume that it's somewhat edible, or
I guess so. I guess it would be weird to put a flower in.
What about an umbrella? You like an umbrella in a drink?
Edible umbrella?
No, just a regular like a tiki bar style umbrella.
You know what? Great counterpoint. You have completely destroyed my argument. I love an umbrella.
Me too.
I mean, if you're having a tiki drink, you kind of have to.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
My problems with like the smaller glasses, like the coupe or the Nick and Nora. The coupe is sort of the big circular one, but it's short. It's like the classic Gatsby.
Yes.
And the Nick and Nora is also smaller, but it's kind of like a coupe, but imagine more of a.
It's like a shot glass. It's like an egg cup on a stem, I guess, like a longer stem.
That's a good way to describe it. But my complaints are, if you order those at dinner, it's fine because they're at the table. But if you order at a bar and you're kind of trying to walk around with a coupe glass, especially, you're getting spillage.
Totally. Well, a martini glass, like a martini glass on a stem, one of the spilliest, probably the spilliest of all of them, right?
Yes, 100% difficult to carry. And then a coupe and a Nick and Nora, I'm finishing my drink too quickly, I find.
Same.
Just because there's no, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And I do like my drinks cold. I like them cold.
Me too.
Like a Manhattan, for instance, you can order up in a martini glass or a coupe, I suppose.
Yeah.
And that might even be the classic way to do it.
Yeah.
So they're shaking it in the shaker where there is ice to get it cold, but then they're straining it out so there's no ice in the glass.
Right.
But I order a Manhattan in a rocks glass on the rocks 10 out of 10 times.
Right. Me too.
Okay. So I had a complainted area on the starters a long time ago about exactly this topic. I don't know if you remember, but I said I would like bars to start drawing the glasses on the menu so I know what I'm getting into because it will affect it. Because if it's hot, a hot day, and I come in and I want a cold like Negroni or Manhattan or Old Fashioned or something, and for some reason in this bar they're serving it up or in a not on ice, I would like to know that before I get it.
Right.
And some drinks, they're like named a weird thing, so you don't exactly know what they're going to be.
Right.
I just want to know. But anyways, it's happening. I was on the vanguard of this. Now,
Yeah, but
I
for
don't
the wrong
like that
reasons.
it's being
It's
used. It's
happening
for the wrong reasons. Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah, I know. I don't like that I'm making it easier for dumb men to figure out what drinks don't look girly. But here's the thing. Here's the exercise I want to do with you. This is the whole point of this.
Okay.
I want to rank the manliest bar glasses as selected by two manly alpha males.
Okay.
Do you know who I'm speaking of when I say that? Me and you. We are the alpha males.
Oh, we're the alpha males. Oh, I thought it was
Yes.
going to be what Mr. Cool and Brady.
From old Rocco's Sports Bar.
Yeah.
Here at Rocco's Sports Bar, we do things a little different, okay?
Okay, so we're going to rank them.
Yes, and just maybe state your alpha male credentials so people know how manly you are.
Well, I have a beard that's probably, I don't know, 5 or 6 inches long. I have
Yes.
I have two sons that I have had sex at least twice.
Uh-huh.
And
Oh, okay. I see what you're saying. I
very
thought
virile.
having
virile.
only sons makes you more.
No. Sorry, I meant kids, but
Oh,
they happen to
okay.
be sons.
Okay.
What else? That's about it, actually.
Coming up empty.
Yeah, I'm like,
I mean, you pump iron. Iron.
iron. Yes.
Yeah, I've been told I say iron weird, so
No,
I'm
you
trying to
don't.
fix that.
You don't. You do.
Iron.
You do, but not for
Yeah, I
a guy
do.
from Montreal.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's about it.
You like steak?
I enjoy steak. I do enjoy. I enjoy grilling, like on a charcoal barbecue. I enjoy that. So,
Yeah. We gotta bring in the home improvement noises for this one. I'm an alpha male. I don't know. What am I alpha? You just have to trust me.
yeah, I trust you. I know you're manly. I know
Okay.
extremely.
Look at this.
Well,
Okay.
yeah, exactly.
If you're just listening, you could probably even hear my muscles flexing. Just in audio form. All right, so put up the glasses, please, JD.
Okay.
And we are going to rank them from manliest to least manly.
Okay.
All right. All right, so
So, Matt, we want to start with manly.
yeah, should I read them? Should I read the options first?
Let's
There's
read
10
them for the
glasses here. I hope it's not
podcast,
too complicated for the podcasters, but martini glass,
Mm-hmm.
margarita glass, beer glass or pint glass, rocks glass, shot glass, Collins glass or highball glass, that's the tall thinny guy,
Mm-hmm.
coupe glass we've described, the Nick and Nora glass we've described, wine glass, and champagne flute.
Yes.
Okay? Do you think this is a good represent? I mean, you got brandy, snifter.
Snifter. I have no idea, actually.
Oh, okay. You like cigars, JD.
I
That's
do.
a manly
I
thing.
enjoy a cigar every once in a while.
Okay.
Once every 2 years or something.
All right, so let's start. What do you think what jumps out to you as the manliest? Is it rocks glass?
I think it's rocks glass. Yes.
Okay, I'm going to be keeping track here. So number 1, we're going rocks glass. I think that's a good start.
Okay.
Now number 2, I'm just going to guess it's either beer or shot, or maybe shot comes later.
No. I think it's beer. Beer and shot, I think, are tied for second. To be honest, so
We
just
can't
put,
do ties here. This has to have some integrity.
So let's go beer and then shot.
Now, I'm putting beer second. The one thing about shots is sometimes, you get like a blow job, a shot like that with like foam on top, or,
Yes.
a kamikaze.
The picture we're looking at right now is the traditional sort of shot glass that you'd see on Deadwood. That it holds
Yeah, that's a good
whiskey
point.
and you do it in one go, kind of thing.
Yeah, you get like a boiler maker.
Yeah. That's why I'm saying that
Is there
shot.
anything cooler than that is the coolest name for a drink. It's not even a drink.
Yeah. People order
But
them in
so
movies all the
cool.
time, too, right? Like, you know what I mean? Like, I've seen in movies and TV shows, like, people just, you know what? Two Boilermakers, and then they just take the shots and throw them right in the beer and then suck back the beer. I was a bartender for 10 years. I think maybe somebody ordered that once the entire time.
I think they're honestly more popular in America than
Yeah.
Canada. I don't know why, but when we moved to Atlanta, I saw that much more
Really? Okay.
on the menu, and it's definitely a thing here. When was the last time you had a shot?
Ooh, great question. It was in, I think it was in Las Vegas in Summer League.
Okay. Oh, when you got shit-faced.
Yeah. Fuck.
Oh, right. You told the story on the show. You said you got a shot, didn't you?
I got a shot of something, yeah. But this is after drinking gin and Negronis and stuff like
It's
that.
okay, JD. We know you're an alpha male. We've already established it.
So fucking manly. I do shots all the time.
All right. We got rocks glass, beer glass, shot glass. So we're looking for the fourth manliest glass. What jumps out to you?
Okay, this is, I mean,
It's tough from here on out.
to be honest, I think it's the martini glass. And the reason is it kind of invokes Mad Men suits, that kind of thing. Like, it's before dinner. Let's go for martinis, or the cliche of the 3 martini lunch kind of thing. So I think that is number 4. Yeah.
I'm happy with that. With that. So we're looking for number 5.
Okay. Now it's getting tricky.
Well, would you say Coop and Nick and Nora are going to go at the bottom, or Champagne Flute going to go at the bottom?
I think Champagne Flute is the absolute most feminine of the glasses that I'm looking at right now.
Interesting. It does, yeah. Okay.
I mean,
so then we're
yeah.
basically picking them between Margarita glass, wine glass, and Collins glass.
And I think I'm gonna say Collins glasses next.
Okay. I think that's because I think there's a lot of like whiskey highballs.
And it's literally named after a guy, like Tom Collins.
Tom Collins.
Right?
Is Tom Collins related to Sexy Pete, the sauna guy?
Goddamn right he is.
All right, so get the glasses back up. So now we have, I think,
left?
wine next.
Yeah, I would.
Oh no, margarita. Nah.
I think wine goes before margarita.
Okay, so we go wine at 6. We're going margarita at 7.
Yeah.
And then we're going.
I would say Nick and Nora, because it resembles the shot glass. Then Coupe, then Champagne.
Okay, I would prefer to go Coop, Nick and Nora, Champagne.
Okay, I'm fine with that.
Can you compromise because you got to pick where Flute went?
Of course.
An alpha male never compromises.
Goddamn, walked right into that one.
Just outed yourself as a beta. Okay, so then we got a Nick and Nora, and then we got a Champagne Flute. There you go. So
Can I make well, hold on.
The 10
I think
manliest cocktails.
I want to make an amendment, maybe.
Okay, go ahead.
I think that wine should go above Collins. Because wine is so... It's something that goes with dinner. I don't think that men are very self-conscious about drinking a wine glass, even though it's on a stem. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean?
Now, that was just a generic wine glass. There you got your red, which is a wider, surface, and then you got the white, which is typically thinner.
Right.
I think, yeah, but you're right. As alpha males, when we have a nice steak that we spend all week
That's right.
dry aging, it's not very aged.
Yeah.
You go to a fancy restaurant. Yes, we have the 3-hour aged Kobe. Okay, so I'm fine with that. So we're going rocks glass, beer glass, shot glass, martini glass, wine glass, Collins glass, margarita, coupe, Nick and Nora, Champagne Flute. Those are the 10 manliest glasses. So when you're at Rocco's Sports and Recreation Bar in NoHo, and you're a real man that does, let me check notes again, real estate banking analyst.
Can I just say that I would not have a problem drinking out of any of these glasses?
Of course!
At all.
Of course.
I mean, and I also...
What are you going to not... We ranked Champagne Flute 10. When you're going to, like, a nice event and everyone's toasting, you're not going to have...
Oh,
I mean,
God.
Now, I would say champagne in a coupe is way cooler. Have you ever had champagne in a coupe?
Absolutely, yeah. It's very Titanic. Very like...
Isn't that cooler?
Yeah, I think so. It's old-timey. Yeah, for sure. But I like a flute. It's very difficult to drink out of a flute. Out of all these glasses, it's the most awkward to sort of navigate it into your mouth. But fuck,
especially when you have a big alpha male nose, you know?
Exactly.
Not a little cute little feminine button.
Your beak is in there, like, no.
A schnoz.
Yes.
All right, well, I'm glad we did that.
Same.
And just say, now you know, but also fucking relax.
God, imagine going through life like that. Like, I can't be seen with this specific type of glass. It's boggles my mind.
But yeah, have you ever been to Rocco's, JD?
I have not.
This is what is it referred to here? A masculine venue. Oh, no. That's the Commerce Inn is a masculine venue.
Okay.
A masculine. I'll tell you this. I never want to be in something that's described as a masculine venue. Like, I'm picturing a cigar bar.
Yeah.
I'm picturing sports on the TV. I'm picturing a black or a brown leather couch that would look better in some shithead's office.
Okay. Yeah.
I'm picturing, of course, cigar aficionado on the table. And I'm picturing having a terrible time, really, is what I'm picturing.
Yeah, for sure.
So you don't want to be in a masculine thing.
No.
All right. A little housekeeping, JD. We have our Patreon live stream tonight.
Wow.
August 31st, 8:30 p.m. Eastern, 5:30 Pacific. Of course, if you're joining from all over the world, just figure out where Greenwich Mean Time is and then do the math.
Yeah.
Also do the math on if you want to get your free subscription. You can get a 7-day trial. So do it today. You don't even have to do the math. Do it today.
Right.
The Great or Goat category will get you into the Patreon live stream. Patreon.com/isthisgood.
What am I going to wear to the hangout? That's the question.
You got to wear your Is This Good gear, not your baseball or your basketball gear.
All right. I'm sorry. I'll wear my Is This Good gear.
Okay. Just don't let it happen again. Speaking of your Is This Good gear, we have merch. Go to isthisgoodpod.com. Send me emails. isthisgoodpod@gmail.com. Subscribe to Is This Good on YouTube, because you could have listened to the Lee Ellis show in the No Dunks feed.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, you should be subscribed to the Is This Good feed, but you could not watch Lee Ellis on the No Dunks YouTube feed. You have to go to the Is This Good feed on YouTube. And, of course, leave a review on Apple Podcasts. I checked them, JD. You want to hear a good, oh, you think this is going to be great, and then it turns into kind of an insult?
Sure. I love that.
Okay. Here's this review. Very good. 5 stars. I'm like, okay. This show is so good. Okay. Here's where it starts to go downhill. Even when I recommend it to people and they don't dig it, they appreciate the recommendation and that I thought they were cool enough to enjoy a show like this.
All right. Fair.
I mean, I'll take it.
Yeah. I mean, you should definitely recommend it because it's going to make you look good. At the very least. We may not live up to the expectations, but at least you, as the recommender, are going to look good.
Is this a thing, though, where someone doesn't want to say they don't like it, so the way they say it without insulting the person is, oh, this is too cool for me. I'm not cool enough for this.
I mean, maybe, but why bother writing a review like that? That's odd.
No, I mean the people they're telling this guy, like, thanks for recommendation, but this is too cool for... I mean, I don't think I've ever been described that way.
Right. No, but you know what it is.
A raging alpha male,
no,
but
it's
I don't know
not
if that makes me cool.
It's too much sucking and fucking. That's it.
And pissing and pooping.
Pissing and pooping, sucking and fucking, it's not for me. It's too much of that.
It's not for me.
Yeah.
You're right, it is cool.
That's right. What's cooler than sucking and fucking? I have no idea.
We got people writing. I got emails, JD, of people describing the sex they've had in saunas and comparing it to the sex they've had in hot tubs.
Well, forward some.
I'm not going to read it, but it went into detail that I didn't need to know.
Wow, what are we?
Actually, I remember I brought this up last week. Someone said, as someone that has had sex in both, I forget what it was, and then we said on the show, like, okay, fine, send us an email about it, jokingly, but the person did.
Yeah.
Too much detail.
So we're a penthouse forum now. Look it up, kids. Look it up.
You look it up. It was. They were all real. They were all real.
Name and address withheld.
So I also have a great email. Actually, this might have been. No, this was an Instagram DM. So this is from BRA Rhodes.
Okay.
He wrote in and says, so I'm a high school teacher in North Carolina. I was listening to the pod, and when you got to your unpopular opinion segment, I realized that would be a great start of the semester activity. So I broke the class into 8 groups, made a bracket, and had groups choose their opinion and debate why theirs was better than their opponents. Okay. And then the class voted. It was awesome. A perfect second day of class culture building activity. Great. Kids had a great time. Everyone was into it. Even a class that was dead quiet on day 1.
Nice.
So are we heroes, JD?
Fucking educating.
Could we be a teacher?
No.
Probably.
Yeah.
Oh, no. Right. No.
Absolutely not.
So he sent me the brackets. I wanted to run some of them by you.
Okay.
It was like unclear. I don't think he showed me like the winners, ultimate winners, but some of them like you're not going to care about or have an opinion on. Like college football is better than the NFL.
Right. Okay.
Also, I'd be curious to know if you could write back if you're hearing this. How old were the kids? What grade? He didn't say what grade they were.
But did he say he said high school?
These opinions were bangers.
Right? High school?
Yeah, high school.
Okay.
So that could be 9, 10, 11, or 12.
Okay. Yeah.
You
got all the
podcast is at its best when I say something that's obvious to everyone listening. Taylor Swift is overrated. We don't need to talk about that. Okay. We don't have an opinion. This one was great. Private property isn't real.
Okay.
A bunch of fucking Friedrich Engels in his class.
Yeah.
Okay, but here's some ones I want to get your opinion on. By the way, a very persistent fly just going right back and forth in front of your face.
Oh, we're infested over here. August here, there's a farm down the street. It's crazy.
Same problem. I had 8 in here yesterday, and I know because I hunted them all down.
Oh, we have a zapper
with a wet towel. Oh, you have the tennis racket thing?
Yes, but it's for mosquitoes, so it doesn't really kill them. It more maims
They're
them.
Unfazed?
Well, sometimes, but sometimes they just spin around. Don't call PETA, please. Look at this fucking thing. Anyways, yeah, it's bad. It's bad. But, what are you going to do?
What are you going to do? Hit them with a wet towel. That's what I said.
Okay, that's a great strategy. I'm going to try
that. Okay. People should sleep with socks on. What do you think of that as an unpopular opinion?
People should sleep with socks on.
Or it's better sleeping with socks on.
Interesting. I have done this. My feet get really cold in the wintertime. Not so much in the summer.
And let me do the great part of the podcast. In the winter, it's colder. In the summer, it's warmer.
That's right. 100% of the time, I rip off the socks, though. Like, probably an hour.
Do you know you're doing it, or like unconsciously?
Most of the time, I know, and it wakes me up. My feet are so goddamn sweaty. And that's the problem. Okay. My feet are sweaty, so I put on the socks. It keeps my feet cold when there's cool air because of the sweat. You want to explain that, or no? And then...
No.
And then I put on the socks, and it gets even sweatier and hotter, and then I have to rip them off. So I'm going to say I don't agree with this. I disagree with this unpopular opinion.
Are you wearing your, like, Scrooge Christmas Carol little hat?
Oh, 100% of the time. 100% of the time.
I swear. Or did we do this on the show, or we did... Remember, didn't we do something about, like, things that people think are true that aren't true?
Yes.
And wasn't one of them that, like, 90% of heat escapes from your head or whatever that fact is?
Yeah, that sounds familiar.
Right. But so anyways, it's false. You don't need to wear that little cap.
Right.
Mountains are better than the beach.
Well, if you're a skier, for sure. Absolutely. I'm
100% aboard on this. Well, do you agree that it's an unpopular opinion? I say yes. I think most people love the beach.
Yeah.
So this one has a particular resonance to me because when I was on Hinge, the dating app, unlike other apps where you would just have like a space to write in something about yourself, they did prompts.
Right.
So just to make it a little easier. So it would be like 2 truths and a lie, and then you would, write them under. Or like, my friends say my best quality is, and then you write them.
Yeah.
One of the prompts was mountains or beach.
Right.
And I swear to God, JD, I see a fly out of the corner of my eye.
Get it.
Ironically, it is sitting on the wet towel. I almost want to turn the computer around to show you this, okay? Sorry if this screws everything up. Okay. You see that wet towel?
Yeah, I see it.
Do you see the fly on
Yes.
Amazing.
Just fucking
Call
mocking
Richard
you.
Attenborough. Call Richard Attenborough. What was I saying? Oh, yeah. So their answer would be, without fail,
Beach.
why not both?
Oh, why not both? Okay.
Cool. Way to not answer the question. But I'm 100% mountains are better than beach. I think
Right.
they're aesthetically more pleasing. And I think, like, if you compare the average beach, like, let's say here in LA, you're going to your standard beach, like in Venice or Santa Monica or something.
Yeah.
It's not that nice. I mean, I understand if you come from a cold place, you go to the beach, you're like, wow, there's the waves, it's the smell,
Yes.
the sand. Sure. But it's not like a picturesque beach with, like, rock formations and, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's not aesthetically pleasing. Whereas just the average mountains, the trees, the fauna, the flora, that
Right.
fresh mountain air.
Yes. I
I'm
mean,
saying mountains all day, baby.
yeah, but then there's, beaches in the Caribbean and stuff, white sandy beach.
So you're disagreeing with us. You're a beach guy.
I'm
over a
not.
mountains guy.
I'm not.
You
gonna-
are. I know you are. Just say it.
I don't want to because I love the. Why not both, Matt? Why not both?
Oh my God. Swipe right.
No, you know what? I am going to disagree. I'm going to say I like the beach better.
Okay, I know you did, and that's fine.
Yeah.
That's what makes the show work, yin and yang, you know?
Okay.
Okay, let me hit you with one more here. And first tell me if this is unpopular. Night showers are better than morning showers. Do you think that's unpopular? Do you think most people shower in the morning?
Yeah, I think they did before the pandemic when people went to work and stuff.
Right,
I
right,
think
right.
so. I am now.
Well, you know what I would say? Why not both?
Why not both? I mean, I shower. I'm a night showerer now, generally speaking.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, me too. Because I work out during the day.
Yeah.
And then I got to shower at night. Mm-hmm. And then if you shower at night, then you wake up in the morning, and then I'm like, well, I'm just talking to JD over Zoom. You know what's funny? We'll let people in behind the curtain here. When we started doing the show, I would shower before every time.
Wow.
Because I felt like we have guests on. I mean, even though it's over Zoom, we have guests on. And I want to be sharp. I want to be alert. And I feel like I want to simulate, like, getting up as if I was going to a job, going to a studio.
Yeah.
Want to shower, get fully dressed.
Yeah.
Now, I don't know when it stopped, but, like, no, it's sort of semi-recently, to be honest. Like, a couple months ago, I was like, fuck it.
Yeah.
That's why I'm always wearing a hat now.
Yeah.
My hair, if you go back, if you're an eagle-eyed viewer, if you go back to the start of the show, I am never, ever, ever wearing a hat.
Right.
Because
right.
I had come out of the shower and I did my hair.
Right.
Now I'm just waking up. I'm throwing on a hat, like you.
Yeah, that's exactly what I do, for sure. Also, I don't have very much hair, so
Right.
I just look better
it's
in a hat.
Less of an issue for you. I think I look worse in a hat, to be honest, because
No,
my
you-
hair's my best quality.
you got a great head of hair.
Like, look at this. But now it's flat. Okay, but let's say even if it's
you
messy,
know what? It's still It's still good. It still looks
you
good.
think this works? I don't know.
no.
I look like a. It's kind of like when I do this, I look like Brandon Walsh from 90210.
Yeah.
Or maybe a little Dylan McKay.
There's more Dylan.
I would say
more
sort
Dylan.
of a cross between the two. Why not both?
Why not both?
I'm the bad boy of a Dylan McKay with the heart of a Brandon Walsh.
Yeah. With
That's
a
what I said
little
on my
bit
dating-
of.
That's what I said on my dating apps, and that's why I did not meet Jill on a dating app.
With a little pinch of David. What's his name? David Silver. Is that his name?
Long John David Silver.
I don't fucking know.
No, you're right. His name was David Silver.
Okay. All right. Cool.
He was he played the keyboards.
All right.
Right. Okay, I got one more comment before I go. Before we go, do you have anything you want to throw in? You don't need to. You could save it for next.
Let's save it for next week. Let's save it for next week.
Okay, save it for next week. I do have a dog that's pacing back and forth that has to take a piss real bad. Here, hold on. We actually communicate really well. Hey, buddy. 15 minutes, okay? Yeah, when the clock says 12:05. Yeah. All right. We speak our own
I
language.
thought he was deaf.
He is. Unfortunately, I don't know sign language, but if I did, he would understand.
Okay.
Maybe I should learn. How insulting would that be? You go into like a sign language class. You're like, you're going around the room doing a trust building. Say your name and why you're interested in learning. Well, my brother is deaf, and I just want to get closer to communicate with him.
Yeah.
Well, I have a dog. He used to speak English, but then he went deaf, and now I just need to be able to sign to him.
Yeah.
Anyways, so as you know, if you've listened to the show, Jill was parked. Her car was parked on the street.
Right. Yes.
Her 2002 Nissan Versa was parked on the street, and someone came with a baseball bat, smashed the side view mirror, and then left a graffiti calling card with their tag on the window. Talked about it. So I got a message for this from 613MG. It says, "Hey Matt." Oh, so right, the guy that tagged the car, or the card that was left on the car, it said Sneak 2 on it.
Right.
Or maybe Sneak 21, or maybe Sneak 121.
Or maybe Sneaks.
Or maybe Sneaks. It was very poorly written.
Right.
All right. So 613MG wrote to me and said, "Hey Matt, if any of my graffiti buddies down there in LA know Sneak 2, I'll let you know. I've been painting a long time and I have some connections. Unfortunately, by the looks of their hand style, it was a toy. A toy is a shitty graffiti writer. So it's probably just some high school kid starting out no one will know. If you see it on any walls with a crew name beside it, let me know, as that would help." So, JD, I'm getting into gang warfare.
Wow.
Here because there is graffiti, but it is a gang. I mean, it's the name of a gang.
What is Sneak?
No. I'm saying, like, if you see any walls with a crew name, the crew here is a gang.
Right. Oh, I see.
And they kill people.
Right.
So I'm probably not going to start getting involved with them.
Right. Okay, that's good. That's good.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
Do you support? I mean, I know I'm an alpha
decision.
male. I am an alpha male. I only drink out of beer glasses or rocks glasses.
That's right.
But I don't want to mess with the gang.
And you're not afraid to mince around with a coupe, but you draw the line at gang warfare.
That's right.
Okay.
Coop, don't shoot. As the expression goes. All right. Anyway, so now I messaged him back the details, but I don't think anyone's gonna know who Sneak 2 is. Like, we're also assuming that Sneak 2 is a graffiti writer.
But why?
I think Sneak 2 is a vandal, and he does graffiti on the side.
But he wrote it on
saying?
a piece of paper. How is that even graffiti? It's like a flyer. I don't understand. I mean, I get that it looked...
I don't do graffiti. I do graphic design for a mid-sized advertising agency.
It looked like a tag. But it was... I've never heard of this, where the calling card is literally a card. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but it's ballsy. Like, if you were going to do that, like, it's one thing to smash someone's mirror. It's another thing to leave your handle.
Okay. It's ballsier to write it on the car itself. I mean, I'm glad that the damage stopped at the mirrors, but what kind of graffiti artist doesn't graffiti the thing that they're vandalizing?
So you would have preferred him to spray Sneak 21 on the actual car windshield like it's a used car with the price on it?
I mean, I wouldn't prefer it, but I would respect it a hell of a lot more.
Okay. Starting to seem like Sneak 21's not such an alpha male.
No.
Drinking out of champagne flutes all the time over there at Rocco's Sports Bar in NoHo. Anyway, so I was excited about that. I have a graffiti connection.
That's amazing.
Maybe now I'll start, like, you know those apps where you take a picture of a plant?
Yes.
And it's like, it'll tell you what it is?
Yeah.
Now I just take a picture of graffiti and I send it to them. I'm like, who are these guys? I'd like to get to know my local graffiti crews.
Yeah.
So maybe he's got some connections in Atlanta. So send me some graffiti if you see it.
I absolutely will. I'll keep my eyes peeled for little pieces of paper scattered around cars and whatnot with Sneak. What is it? Sneak 2?
Sneak 2, Sneak 21, Sneak 121. Yeah. He goes by a lot of names.
Worst tagger ever.
Worst tagger ever. All right? Stay off my block, Sneak, because I'm on to you. All right, listen to next week's show. That's coming out Monday, September 4th. Is that a typo, JD? Are we releasing this on Labor Day? Are we giving the people with the day off something to do instead of celebrate the 4-day work week or the 3-day?
Is it a typo?
What am I talking about?
We're
releasing it on Monday.
I mean, yeah. To be honest, I hadn't even thought of it. Like, yes. When have we ever taken a holiday?
Okay, so we're releasing it on Monday.
Yeah.
It'll be out on Labor Day for you to enjoy.
Yeah, get
if
your
you're traveling
cookouts.
back from somewhere.
Bring your family over. Get the cookout going. Get the barbecue, the grill happening, and fire up Is This Good?
And cook some red meat on there.
Yes. Or some Impossible
guest-
burgers as well.
Yes. Our guest will be our real alpha male, JD Trey Kirby.
He is, and he's like, he's
The biggest man I know, really. He's my biggest friend. Now, I have, of course, my friend Adam. He's tall. He's just as tall, but Adam's much thinner.
Yeah. I guess Trey is my biggest friend, my tallest friend, for sure.
All right. Email in. Tell us who your tallest friend is. So that's Labor Day with Trey Kirby. Email us at isthisgoodpod@gmail.com. Subscribe everywhere. Leave a nice review on Apple Podcasts.
Please.
Okay, not a backhanded compliment.
Now, I like the backhanded compliments.
No,
I like
I don't
deciphering
care.
them. 5 stars is 5 stars, man.
5 stars is 5 stars. That's all the algorithm knows. This was JD and Matt reaching out from the great beyond. We'll see you next week.